Good evening, and welcome to Wednesday Night Live Spirit, Mind, and Body Connection. I am Dr. Sharon Stroud. I am the founder of Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide, where we believe there's a power for good in the universe greater than we are. And guess what? We can use it. And I'm going to go right up here and I'm going to press comment so that I can see who is StreamYarding with us tonight as we acknowledge this beautiful, beautiful evening. And I want to welcome each and every one of you. What I know is that nothing happens by chance, that everything is by divine appointment. And thank you for keeping your divine appointment this evening. And as we come together tonight, as Minnie and I greet you tonight, we're kind of in a different place. We're in Angel Valley tonight. And being in Angel Valley tonight, we acknowledge, why do angels soar? Because they take themselves lightly. And so as we learn to take ourselves lightly and to acknowledge everything that comes within our energy field is there by divine appointment. And there's something for us to do with it. So tonight, as I welcome you, as I acknowledge that Marlene is with us, welcome Marlene. We're so happy that you're with us tonight. As we acknowledge this wonderful theme for the month, the art of being. And one of my colleagues, Dennis Merritt Jones, wrote the book, The Art of Being. It is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful book. And within it, he acknowledges that there is a rhythm of reality. And what we know at the very deepest level is that life is a series of contractions and expansions, and that we have the opportunity to grow through each contraction and learn from it, move to the next level, and expand. So tonight, as I greet you from Angel Valley, and I acknowledge the power and the presence and the energy that is right here, right now. In fact, we'll get the screen a little bit closer here. Yes, very, very good. And we want you, of course, to see our angel. Yeah, there she is. There she is. So remember, why do angels soar? They take themselves lightly. So tonight, you know that we always set the tone at our Wednesday Night Live Spirit, Mind, and Body. And I want to also welcome Dr. Roger Bambanek, who is our host on Wednesday Night Live. And he will be asking you to share where you're from. We always love to know where you're from. And if you have any prayer requests, just post them. In our Miracle Working Ministry of Prayer, we'll pray over them for 30 days. And we take this very seriously. We know that prayer is the most powerful energy in the universe. And that as we tap into that energy, that there is a wholeness and a completeness and a perfection within that energy. So tonight, as I set the tone and I acknowledge the opportunity that we have to go within and to really know that as we look at the rhythms of life, as we have an opportunity to go within and to let go and let God do what God does best by means of each and every one of us. There is such power in that. I want to welcome Angela. Welcome, Angela. We're happy that you're with us. The Reverend Dr. Joan Hangarter is with us. Joan, I'm in Angel Valley tonight, and Joan of Angels is an amazing visionary artist, and she does a beautiful, the Miracle Makers Club every Monday night. I'm working on my book on Monday, so I catch the replay on Tuesday. And this week she had a wonderful astrologer, Shima, and they talked about the new moon coming up and the opportunity of wishes fulfilled. And I love that. And we're going to acknowledge that tonight and the rhythms of reality. So as Miss Minnie and I set the tone tonight, as we acknowledge the opportunity that we have to really open our heart chakra, I invite you to just repeat after me. And welcome, Emily. We're happy that you're with us too, dear. And that as we join together tonight in this tone, feel free to repeat after me. If you don't feel comfortable repeating after me, that's absolutely fine. just say it to yourself. Just quietly and silently repeat after me. And if you place your hand on your heart, you'll feel the beating of your heart. And I believe that we were given a heart so that we would live one moment at a time, beat by precious beat, moment by precious moment. So here we are in Angel Valley together. And remember, why do angels soar? They take themselves lightly. And now the chant from the Gandhi Foundation. Feel free to repeat after me, silently or audibly. This is your choice. I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from a higher source. I salute that source in you. Come, let us work together. Come, let us work together. Come, let us work together. Peace, shalom. Peace, shante. Peace, salam. Peace, pause. Peace, Frieden. Peace, 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 peace. What I know is, at the very deepest level, that right now, somewhere in the world, a Jew is saying her prayers. A Hindu is chanting a mantra, and a Buddhist is kneeling at her sacred shrine. Right now, at this very moment, someone is lighting a candle in a cathedral. Someone is making their Hajj toward Mecca, for it is the will of Allah. And yet someone else is lighting a fire in a jungle, repeating an ancient mystical drama. Many, many pathways up the mountaintop, and the view is always the same from the summit. In the dawning of the spiritual sun, for a moment all faiths became as one. The Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Jew became as one and somehow knew that mystic voice that calls to me, oh, yonder, yonder person, I am thee. We are one. This oneness moves beyond color, race, creed, sexual orientation, and oh yes, political affiliation. We are one. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this way of life and the recognition that you are as close to God as I am ever going to get. And I am as close to God as you are ever going to get. And if I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, there is only one of us. And we unite at that heart center. And tonight, as we look at the rhythms of reality, life is an amazing cadence, isn't it? It's contractions and expansions and contractions and expansions and contractions and expansions. And I loved when Buddha said, life is like hands clapping. It's like, I've got it. I'm never going to lose it. Oh my God, what happened? It's gone. I got it. I don't. I've got it. I don't. I've got it. I don't. So our goal is that we're in touch with this energy and this essence more than we're not. So that as we come together and we recognize this power, this presence, this energy, this mighty, mighty voice within us, be still and know that I am God. And in that stillness do we live and move and have our being. Now, last week I had shared with you that we had our beautiful, Palm Sunday christening service. This is an amazing time of the year. It's an amazing time of transformation. It's an amazing time to know that the angel of light rolls away the stone. And behold, we have risen to the next level. That life is about moving up the spiral, isn't it? And that when we can know with Jesus the Christ, I am the resurrection and the life, that every day we are reborn in the energy of Christ consciousness, the Buddha nature, right? The energy of the I am, that when Moses looked into the burning bush and said, "Who are you? What are you?" The voice of I am answered, "Cast off your shoes, for where you stand is holy ground." In other words, there's nothing and no thing that comes between us and our spiritual knowingness, right? Nothing. So on Palm Sunday, we had a real sweet, intimate group. I think there were probably 9 or 10 of us. And it was very interesting. Our beautiful Doug, who is our snowbird from Washington, said that a woman had approached him to show him a picture of a blue car, and that she had been robbed, and what she was robbed of was her security system, and that someone else had their truck stolen. In fact, they were right next door to me, and my neighbors were having work done, and he left his keys in his truck with his phone, with his wallet. Now, I am a very strong believer in that we do not create temptation. And when we are discerning and circumspect, the universe acknowledges that, right? Not out of being fear-based, but just, I'm not going to create temptation. So he left all of this in his truck. Well, the truck was stolen, and all of his tools and what have you. So she was sharing this with Doug. And then I didn't know anything about this. And then I was sharing last Wednesday that she approached me on Monday. It was about 7:00 in the morning, and I had my PJs and robe on. I was just taking the recycling things out for the recycling man. And she had said to Doug, perhaps, one of these burglars were in our group. And Doug said, he just said, absolutely not. These are spiritual people. Well, she said it to me, and I want you to know, I did react. I became very protective, and just in a very, I'm a Leo. I get very passionate and fiery, and I just said, no one in our group has that consciousness. No one, everyone in our group is a spiritual, beautiful soul that I've known for years and years and years. And we had this exchange. Now, afterward, I thought, how could I have handled this differently? And, recognizing that we're all human and we're all subject to the human condition, that I am this leonine. It was like this mothering instinct that came in about my beautiful community, my children, right? And so I had shared my Easter poem with you all on Easter Sunday, that I write poetry. And so I thought, I'm just going to invite her to our brunch at noon. The service is at 10:30, but I'll invite her to the brunch. And so I know where she lives, because she told me, just like 5 doors up. And I was in front of the house, and a gentleman came out, which was her husband. I didn't know she was married. And I said, we had an exchange on Monday, and I didn't feel real good about it. So I wanted to invite your wife to brunch at 12 noon on Easter Sunday. And of course, you're invited. And I extended the olive branch of goodwill in good faith. And he said, we're really not going out in groups, but thank you so very much. And, I released it, and just knowing that I recreated it for myself. If she accepted it, wonderful. If not, it can't be helped. Remember Fritz Perls, Dr. Fritz Perls, the psychiatrist, very of note, said, I am not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you are not in this world to live up to my expectations. I am I, and you are you. And if by chance we find each other, it's beautiful. And if not, it can't be helped. We're not vibrating at the same frequency. So if we look at life in terms, remember what Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of life, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. We're not always going to vibrate at the same frequency. It's not good or bad. It's just what it is, right? Like tonight, I had we had these beautiful draperies behind me, right? They're just gorgeous. And my friend and I, and then we, right 2 minutes before we're to start, we're straightening something, and the whole thing collapsed. So we'll have those next week. But we laughed. I said, man plans, as the Talmud said, and God laughs. So on with the program, moving forward. So there are things in our life that are going to collapse right before we want to do something. You just got to draw the larger circle and include that. He drew a circle that shut me out. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in, or her in. And it was very interesting because on Monday, I received a call that the board of the association here in our park said that I was doing business out of the residence, and that it's completely against the rules, and that if I don't cease and desist, that I could be evicted in 30 days. Now, I'm Dr. Sharon Stroud. And I looked at that, and I was like in a state of shock, because my message is peace, right? So I immediately called Reverend Joan, and I let Reverend Fleet know that we are no longer going to be doing services in the Rose of Sharon Sanctuary, because I have gotten this notice that they consider it doing business. Now, what we were doing for a year is recording, and we had no audience, and we had, Reverend Joan and Reverend Fleet, myself, and Kay Schreiber. And we would do, Fleet would sing the beautiful songs, and Joan would do the readings. I would do the meditations and the presentation. And then on Palm Sunday, we had like 10 people or so. And we did the rose christening, and it was so beautiful, so beautiful. So the next day, to have someone say, I think, one of the burglars is in your sanctuary, it was like out of left field. It just caught me so off guard. However, I recreated the experience. I recreated it. And then when I saw her a few days ago, I said, hi, how are you? And she goes, there was like a pregnant pause. A long one. And then finally she said, fine, thank you. And I said, wonderful, wonderful. She drew a circle that shut me out. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took her in, right? We drew a circle that took her in. So as we look at the rhythms of reality, that life being about contractions and expansions, and that when Kahlil Gibran talked about what is your pain but the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding, and that as we go through these experiences, for me, it was about the divine boot, and that whenever I have felt that I have received the divine boot, I've always landed on higher ground. So Joan and I met at a specific place today, looking at where we can record and actually have people come in. And she had set up an appointment for us to, be there this Sunday, but the energy, it was not a vibrational fit. And the energy just was not right for us. And so we're going to this Sunday meet at Joan of Angels, beautiful Desert Heart Sanctuary, to perform our service and to give service. And we really know that it is about expansion. It's moving to the next level. And, it doesn't matter if I'm the Riverside County Woman of the Year Award, or I have a star on the Palm Springs Walk of Stars, or I've got the Peace Prize from Africa, from all of my travels and going around the world. We're all subject to the human condition. I remember Wayne Dyer, he said he was having a heart attack in a hotel room alone. And as he was clutching, his heart, he said, but you're Dr. Wayne Dyer. This doesn't happen to you. and the realization that we are all, each and every one of us, we are all subject to the human condition, right? We are all subject to the human condition. And we make that all right with us, because what happens? Our humanness gives way to the divine, and the Christ consciousness arises triumphant and victorious. We look at the rhythms of nature. We look at each season and how the leaves, on a tree, they will drop and they will add their energy to the earth mother. And we look at the flowers, and it's just amazing. I have a little dove again. This is my 6th dove in the candelabra on my porch. Everybody walks back and forth, and she's just sitting on those eggs. And she just knows that she's protected. She knows that she's safe. And then the eggs will hatch, and those little precious little doves are just amazing, getting their feathers. And then, I see them kind of flapping, and suddenly they're airborne, right? And when they're airborne, it's a new opportunity of growth. It's expansion. So what I know is that we are landing on higher ground, and that when the Bible states, bless those that curse you and judge you and say all manner of evil against you for his name's sake, that it's an opportunity for us to send compassion and to send love and not feel victimized. That is the absolute worst thing that we can do, is feel at the effect of it and feel like we're victimized. Like, why is this happening to me? I'm doing all this good work. I'm putting out all this positive energy. We keep doing what we're doing. He drew a circle that shut me out. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in. And that as we move forward, and that we acknowledge that in the rhythms of reality, that we go with that particular flow, that particular contraction at that moment is a signal to go within. And when I heard the Shima on Joan's program, the Miracle Makers Club, talk about the new moon and the opportunity that we have to absolutely to go within and to know. And I love when Wayne Dyer wrote the book, Wishes Fulfilled, that our wishes are fulfilled. So with each new moon, we just open ourselves up to the next level. It's a rebirth. I am the resurrection and the life. And when we recognize that, when we truly acknowledge that, yes, what is our pain but the breaking of the shell that encloses our understanding so we can go at even deeper. And as we take a deeper dive into the energy of that soul within us, that what is it that I need to learn? And that we can recreate our experience. Not everyone is going to receive it. However, we keep drawing a larger circle. We keep acknowledging that there is an opportunity for each and every one of us. Blessed are they who have eyes that see. What are we seeing? Are we seeing lack, limitation, scarcity in our rhythms? And we've all experienced it, each and every one of us. It's part of the human experience. In fact, Dr. Ernest Holmes said, never limit your view of life by any past experience. Think about it. Never limit your view of life by any past experience. So we've had these experiences, and we keep on keeping on. We move to the next level. We deepen the quality of our life so that we can then serve others at a deeper level, and to be open in a compassionate and loving and wonderful way. And it was interesting. I spoke with a dear friend who lives up in Desert Hot Springs, and she's lived here for 40 years. And she was coming up with all kinds of ideas of where we can meet, because I still want to meet in Desert Hot Springs. In the almost 46 years of my ministry, 20 years of it, I'll be here 20 years, September 1st. And I've been in Palm Springs many, many years. And everyone that came over from Palm Springs on Easter Sunday loved being here. And I loved having everyone with me on Easter Sunday. So the fact that this divine boot came on Monday. Sunday was Easter. Monday it came. I really had an opportunity to take it within. Of course, my videographer, Julian, who has a very colorful past, incidentally. Don't you, Julian? Said, yeah, that's why I'm not hanging out with you. You're always in trouble. And I thought, at almost 77 years old, and if I'm always in trouble, it's because I don't go with the norm. I feel deeply in that divine connection. And that when there is this rebel spirit within us, it's about looking through the appearances, the conditions, and the effects. I didn't know I was doing anything that was untoward by having recording services in the privacy of my home. I had no idea. So now, after 1 year, in fact, over a year, when it's brought to our attention, then we get on the solution level and say, this is what? This is a divine appointment. It's about expansion. I will not collapse myself into victimhood or martyrdom. I will get on the solution level, and I will know that this is about expansion. So when we look at the rhythms of reality, and that with every contraction, we never contract back to where we began. It's like life expands and it contracts. It expands and it contracts. And we keep evolving. It's about evolving, isn't it? So tonight, let's just all know the truth. You can know the truth with me and with Joan and with Reverend Fleet and our beloved Kay, that we're going to meet at the Joan of Angels Sanctuary this Sunday, and that there is a place that is opening up for us that we can also invite our spiritual community and feel that energy of love at the heart connection, and keep blessing everyone in our lives that serve us. And it really isn't, what's so fascinating, it sometimes doesn't look like they are serving us, but the truth is they truly are. It was under the sun and the radiant beam when life unfolds a radiant stream, and that we're all going in the flow of that stream. So I want to complete our service tonight, our Wednesday night live service, from this beautiful Angel Valley, which I am broadcasting from. And I'm going to do a spiritual treatment. I would like you, if you have prayer requests, in fact, let me see some of your comments here. Dr. Rogers really on it. I love it. Michael Foley from West Hills. Michael was in my congregation in San Diego for many years, and I was in San Diego for 30 years, actually. And it's so good to see you, Michael, dear, and to have all of you with us. It feels really good. And I see a name. It looks like Ingbanga. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, but I want to welcome you and just acknowledge that you're with us, and it's wonderful. So I'm going to complete our service with a spiritual treatment, and please post your prayer requests as we acknowledge that there is one life. That life is God's life, and that life is our life right here and right now. It is nearer than our breathing. It is closer than hands and feet. It is the life of our life. It is the essence of our being. All that we are is this God-created stuff. God in us, God as us. God is the only truth of us. For eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of man and woman the things which God hath prepared for them that love. Love being the strongest healing power in the universe. And let us align. That which needs to be healed is healed. That which needs to be revealed is revealed. That which needs to be known is known. And that which needs to be released is released quickly, gently, and with grace. Thank you, Father, Mother God, that we have eyes that see and that we have ears that hear. And I want to add, if there's anyone viewing this evening that possibly cried themselves to sleep last night, know that you are not alone. You are not alone. The love of God surrounds you. The light of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you. And the presence of God watches over you. Wherever you are, God is. And so it is. Thank you, Father, Mother God. As I release this word, it returns in full-blown expression of that which I have sent forth this evening. And so it is. And again, I want to thank all of you who have been so faithful and also sending in your tithes and love offerings. Now, over a year since we've actually taken a live offering, we took, I had the opportunity to receive on Palm Sunday the 10 beautiful souls that were here. And then I think we had about 12 people on Easter Sunday. And it was absolutely magnificent just to have our spiritual community with us. Maybe we had about 13 or 14, but it was just such a wonderful feeling, and my heart overflows with gratitude. And we have this new equipment now, so that when we are StreamYarding and we're going live, that it makes such a tremendous difference. So I say to you, namaste. Minnie and I say namaste, don't we, dear? The God in me salutes the God in you, and the God in you salutes the God in me. And if I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, there is only one of us. Namaste. I say shalom, the peace that passes all understanding. And God bless us, every single one. And I want to just thank you so much for tuning in. I want you to know the truth with us and for us, that we find our divine right place, and that as we see you on Sunday at the Joan of Angels Sanctuary, that by then we'll know more. So thank you so much, and just know that I love you. I'm grateful, and so it is. And I will see you next week, Wednesday Night Live in Angel Valley.